Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. I think I'm like a few seconds late. I was having some trouble with the iPad as usual. But anyway, what's going on? How's everybody doing this morning? I hope you had an awesome and amazing weekend. I know I did. I had the opportunity to attend the Water Walkers Conference. Water Walkers Conference 2018 in Greensboro, North Carolina, out there with Pastor Anthony Knotts, and that was just an awesome experience. There were some great speakers, great chance to network with some people, so it was an awesome and amazing weekend. Build a Lasting Legacy was actually one of the presenting sponsors, was actually the presenting sponsor for the conference, so I had a great time out there. So thank you, Pastor Knotts, for putting that event on. Good morning, Courtney. How are you doing this morning? Did you have a great weekend? So before we get started, I just want to know who woke up this morning and did not hit the snooze button. Did anybody wake up and not hit the snooze button? Remember, we talked about that. We talked about that on last Monday. So I want to know who did that this morning. Who woke up, didn't hit the snooze button, and who started doing some of the 6 things I mentioned on Friday. You know, did you get up and do some reading? Did you get up and do some meditation? Did you get up and do some writing? That's what I want to know. So drop your comments below. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing started because this morning I want to talk about fear. The reason I want to talk about fear this morning is because, you know, we're approaching 2019. A lot of times when we're approaching a new year, we want to try new things, or we want to make some changes. We want to make each year, hopefully you want to make each year better than the year before. So in order to do that, you have to try new things, right? But a lot of times when we're getting ready to try something new, when we're getting ready to try something unfamiliar, we're fearful. And a lot of times that fear will stop us in our tracks. You know, we'll say, okay, boom, I'm going to try this business, or I'm going to try, I don't know, going to college, or I'm going to apply for a new job. Whatever it is that we want to do, I want to do something different. But a lot of times we're scared, and that just stops us dead in our tracks. So I want to talk about that this morning. You know, at the conference, we had this one speaker. Her name was Tanya Mizell Joseph. Awesome speaker, by the way. Awesome entrepreneur, businesswoman. So if you're not following Tanya Mizell Joseph on social media, make sure you check her out. But one of the things she talked about, the topic of her whole speech was to fire your fear and employ your faith, right? Because you have to get rid of your fear, and you have to have faith whenever you want to do something new, right? So I'm not going to share everything from what she shared with us. I'll probably share some more of that on another video. But this morning, I just want to talk about fear, you know. And it's funny because one of the things that she said is when she was going into business, when she made the choice to become a full-time entrepreneur, you know, someone said to her, well, what if you lose everything, right? What if you lose everything on this endeavor to become an entrepreneur? And you know what she said? She said, well, right now, I have an apartment and I have a Jetta. That's what I have, right? Not saying that she wasn't thankful for the apartment and the Jetta, but what she's saying is, I have an apartment. It's not like I have a house that's going to get foreclosed on or anything like that. It's an apartment and I have a Jetta. Like, I can get both of those things back is what she was saying, right? Even if it was a house, you can get that again. But her point was, if I do lose what I have now, I can get it again, right? I mean, and that's so true, because you got an apartment one time, you can get another apartment. You bought a car one time, you can get another car. See, a lot of us don't even realize that. We just say, oh, what if I lose everything? Okay, but you can get it back. Or what if this doesn't work? You know, you can fix it. What if something goes wrong? You can fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times we're scared of things that can be fixed. You know, the other day, some of you may have seen in my Facebook story or even my Instagram story, I have this lighting that I use, you know, for photography and videos, and one of them fell over. And so 3 of the 5 light bulbs broke. Now, I looked at it and I was like, oh man, that kind of sucks. But yeah, I can't put the pieces together and fix those light bulbs. But guess what? There's a store down the street. I can buy some more. See, a lot of times we're worried about, oh, what if this happens? A lot of times it can be fixed, right? I can just go buy 3 more light bulbs and I'm back in business. So just like if you try something and you risk something, you can get it back. You know how to do it, so you can do it again. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times, so let's just say you start a business and you lose money. you can earn more money. Worst case scenario, you get a job again. You know how to get a job because you have one right now. You know how to get a job because you've gotten one before. So worst case scenario, you go back and get a job, make your money back up. Maybe worst case scenario, you have to use some credit and maybe you mess up your credit, but you can fix it. You did it before. You got to that 800 credit score before. You can get back to it, right? You got a job before, you can get another one. You've earned money before, you can earn money again. So sometimes we're so fearful of what might happen for no reason. What's the worst that could happen? So that's what I want to share with you guys this morning. I don't want in 2019 and for the rest of 2018, I don't want you to let fear hold you back, because a lot of times we're fearful of things just because we're overthinking it, which my definition of overthinking means worrying about something that is likely to never happen, right? When we're overthinking these things, we're like, well, what if this? What if this? Some of those things we're saying, what if, had never happened before to anybody, but we're still sitting here saying, well, what if this happens though, right? So I want you to stop overthinking, and I want you to really look at, well, why am I fearful of doing this thing? I want you to make a list. Worst case scenario, if I do this, what could happen? What good things can happen? What bad things can happen? Make a list. And then when you look at the good things that can happen, I want you to look at, wow, so what are the benefits of that? You know what I'm saying? What are the benefits of these good things? And then you look at the bad things. Okay, so if this happens, how do I fix it? That's what I want you to ask yourself. Because a lot of times we just worried about stuff for no reason. But a lot of times it's because we're comfortable. I was having a conversation with a young lady the other day. And she had been in a really tough situation. She had lost her job. So, of course, she's having financial difficulties, having trouble paying bills. I'm talking about she didn't have any savings. She didn't have any credit cards, was living with some family. Very negative environment, though, because they were getting into it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They weren't getting along. Just all types of problems, right? Like, worst few weeks ever. But she said she had a friend. So she lives in Florida, right? So she said she had a friend in South Carolina that offered to let her come live with her. And the friend in South Carolina, has a decent job, has her own house, own car, has a guest room that the friend could have stayed in. Very positive person, entrepreneur, as well as has a job. So she's, the friend in South Carolina was going to provide a positive environment. But you know what the young lady I was talking to said, why she didn't move to South Carolina? She said because she was scared. But what can you be scared of right now? You don't even know where your next meal is coming from. Right now, you're living with family that you're not getting along with, that, you may not have that situation. So what is more scary than that? Why are you scared to go to a positive environment with someone that can actually help you? And the reason she was scared, which she didn't ever admit this, but obviously from the conversation I came to this conclusion, is because it was unfamiliar. A lot of times we'd rather stay in a bad situation because it's familiar than to go into an unfamiliar, maybe uncomfortable situation that is much better, right? It could be better. Like, you look at your current situation, what can be worse than where I am now, right? And the potential of the situation you could be going into. The potential, the potential benefits you could have, but because you're unfamiliar, you don't want to do it. You let it hold you back, right? Looking at the pros and cons, what did she really have to lose based on her current situation? So I'm asking you guys, ladies and gentlemen, 2019, do not let fear stop you from doing anything you want to do. It's about time to have what it is that you need to have. Aren't you tired of where you are now? Because here's the thing. You know what it's like to be where you are now. You know what your life is like now. Yes, you're used to it. You're familiar with it. But don't you want something better? You already know what this is like. Don't you want to experience the other side? Don't you want to experience increase? So yes, unfamiliar, but it could be great. Try something new. If you have a goal, if you have a dream, if there's something you want to do in this upcoming year, I first of all encourage you not to wait till the upcoming year. I encourage you to go ahead and start working on it, but do it. You already know what it's like to work a job. Maybe you're somebody that wants to be an entrepreneur. You know what it's like on your job. See what it's like to be an entrepreneur. Or you know what it's like for this job. Go ahead and go for that job that you've been wanting, right? You know what it's like to be broke. But what if you could get out of that by doing something new? You already know what it's like in this relationship that you need to get out of. But what will it be like on the other side of the relationship? That's what you don't know. But a lot of times that's what's much better. So I encourage everybody to do something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe it makes you a lot uncomfortable. I encourage you to do something that you don't know exactly what's going to happen. I encourage you to do something that's unfamiliar. Because staying in familiar places, staying in comfort zones, just keeps you in the same place. It's just what I said. It's staying there. You got to get outside of that comfort zone to try something new, right? So I encourage everybody to get rid of that fear, because you're likely fearful of something that's not going to happen, or something that can be reversed if it happens, something that can be fixed, something there's an easy solution to, right? So that's all I have for y'all this morning, okay? I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. You know, I don't like to keep you guys long. I know many people are getting ready for work. I just happen to be off today, but of course, I still came to hang out with y'all. Of course, come on now. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share. Somebody needs to hear this. There's somebody right now that has an idea for something great, but because they're scared and because they're comfortable where they are, they're not going to do it. So share this video. Somebody needs to hear these words this morning, okay? Tag a friend if you need to. But let's do it. Let's make our dreams come true in 2019, right? Let's reach our goals in 2019. But let's start now so we're set up for success when the new year starts. Don't wait till the new year starts, right? So that's all. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. You know, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. But right now, what I want you to do is I want you to get off of Facebook, and I want you to get out there and be great on purpose today, because I know you can do it. I believe in you. You just have to believe in yourself and make the choice to be great. So I want each and every one of you to choose greatness on this Monday and each and every day going forward. And remember, don't let fear stop you. Like the speaker told us on this weekend, you have to fire your fear and employ your faith if you want to be successful. All right? All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go get some work done. Speaking of work, if y'all like this hoodie, I'm working on like a pretty dope Black Friday sale for y'all. So this is one of the hoodies I offer. So yeah, go ahead and holler at me if you need one of those. All right? All right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have an awesome and amazing Monday. See you guys on the next video.